reserve into the solid waste budget. And a fund balance closeout per the auditor controller that went from $1.3 million to $1,041,243. So there's a reduction of $258,757, which didn't help us quite a bit, but we did have some revenue offset there. So this leaves us with $10,729 here to the good, based on these numbers. I just put that for point of reference, and as Ms. Glassy had discussed in her last PowerPoint slide, she reiterated those key points that were still for discussion. And my spreadsheet reflects that here. We still have an unknown here for the teeter plan based on board decision, this line right here. We still have an unknown of what you would like to do with the contingency fund. We still have the issue of the solid waste transfer that is open for discussion. And all of these things coincide on the worksheet is what Ms. Glassy had discussed in her last PowerPoint slide. So that's basically it as far as the numbers and where we're standing here, and if there's anything else that the board has added. Well, in addition to that, Supervisor Pinches did add the $250,000 for the water projects that, in effect, if we had anything for contingency, would go on one of these line items for contingency for the water projects. So those are where we stand, and based on your action today, if any, I can change the worksheet to reflect that as we go down, so you can see exactly what we're doing here. Is there any questions?
Yes, Supervisor Delaware.
Mr. Chairman, I don't have questions on the spreadsheet. I have more comments, so whenever you're ready to entertain those, or when Ms. Wyatt's ready, that's fine.
Mr. Mitchell, comments on the spreadsheet?
Not so much on the spreadsheets, but following up to Supervisor Smith's original comments, just wanted to let you know that I received a message from Jerry Ward earlier today, and we're about 2 weeks away from our next meeting on the privatization study, and he's made some interesting proposals. So I just wanted to assure board members that we are moving forward on the privatization to see if we can reduce that general fund subsidy. And the other comment I would have regarding Supervisor Pinch's comments about travel and, of course, our water issue, that there's nothing to preclude us from, once your board formally adopts a budget on the 16th, we can come back to you on quarterly reports and adjust budgets and take money away from department budgets and put it into contingencies as appropriate as we research some of these other issues that you'd like us to look into. So that option is available to us.
Okay, Supervisor Pinches.
With that, Mr. Chairman, to move this along and to give us a point of starting here, I would like to, I guess, make a motion that we leave the teeter plan proposal the way it's proposed, which basically doesn't add any more to the teeter debt, and then use this sheet as a recommendation and move forward. And as our CEO stated, that we would just out of county travel and those issues, I never expected to come back with a calculation here to add this today in the final budget deliberations. But that basically gives us a balanced budget with a $10,000 contingency. So that would be my motion.
Okay. Restate your motion, Supervisor Pinches, for the clerk.
To move forward with the recommendation of the teeter debt, what was proposed, which is on the Allison's presentation on page
2, I believe.
Page 2.
Clarification is 200,000.
Yeah, with that recommendation, which is already covered in the budget, and move forward with this final budget closeout funds available. Move forward with those actions, which starts out with a $28,000 deficit, adds in an increase in revenue per the auditor's worksheet, allows $185,466 be transferred from the solid waste closure fund, and so that leaves a $185,466 funds available in the general fund. And of course, the downing of the estimate from $1,003,000 to $1,041,000. And so that would leave us a contingency of $10,729. It's real simple. It closes this out, that motion. I mean, there's a lot of issues we could talk all day long and all week long about.
And we have.
Yeah, and we have, right. But I feel good about the directions and some of these issues that I've been able to put out there. But it moves this process along, gives us an adopted budget. And otherwise, we're going to be like the state of California. We could stay here for months. But that's what we're looking for today, is a balanced budget. This motion gives us a balanced budget and it doesn't allow our teeter plan to escalate.
Okay, that is a motion. Do I hear a second to the motion?
I'll second it for discussion.
All right, thank you. So discussion to the motion. Supervisor Colfax?
Well, I have some problems with the teeter plan as it stands right now. The contribution, I don't feel is adequate. I think we are doing exactly what I said an hour or two ago, that we're going to be kind of pushing things aside and proceeding with this because we